welcome to the Two-Way Street.
Two-Way Street.
I've got Amazing Abe.
Yo, Aaron.
And Adequate Aaron.
What the most intellectual cat I know.
Oh, thanks, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad that you said cat general, because if you're like the most intellectual half-breed that I know, then I'd be like, well, who's the full breed that you know that's smarter?
That's my dog right there. My dog for life.
Incredible. Yeah, dog for life. I like that.
Cheer.
And what's even better, it's the DAWG, not just a regular DOG, man.
We both ways though. Or it could be the DOGZ, you know what I'm saying?
The DOW dog. I don't even know how to pronounce that right as a guy that looks at grammar and spelling dog. Wouldn't that just be dog S, like dogs? Because then you had two G's and that makes it plural. Forget it.
Yeah, I told you, he's intellectual. He think everything go.
Thinking too hard sometimes. It's called overthinking. It's not necessarily healthy.
For real.
It's funny. Over the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about health and wellness and all those kind of topics.
Yeah.
And I heard this report this week where insurance companies for like health insurance and life insurance, they want to be able to access your like Fitbit information to decide whether or not you deserve to have health insurance. So if you're not getting your like 10,000 steps a day, then they'll like cut you, or you like can't even get insurance in the first place. And I was kind of, what?
Wow.
So could you imagine if you had to hook up this device to your car, for example, and if you didn't fit within your car insurance's policy of speeding or whatever, that they could like pull your insurance or just be like, no, you're being an idiot, so you're on out of here. Like,
wow.
What do you think of this kind of like new wave of? I mean, I get it. I mean, insurance. Accidents. They're not accidents. They're collisions. Cause insurance companies a lot of money in the years, but I mean that's why we.
How they cost them so much money in the years?
But what do you think about this thing where now an insurance company can decide if you deserve to have them as an insurance company because your Fitbit doesn't? You only get 9,000.
How many people got Fitbits though?
Oh, well, no, they'll make it mandatory that you have to have these devices or whatever. That if
Come
you
on,
want to qualify,
man!
You need to prove that you're a healthy individual. You know what I mean? And then so it's fine if it's 2 or 3 of them. But what happens when it goes 100% of insurance companies says that's a good idea?
Well, you know what?
Everybody, give me their health data.
I know what to do. Fitbits. I'll just give it to my son, and my son will walk around with my Fitbit and all of that all day.
You can actually hire a service that'll do all these things for you. I also heard about that.
There you go. There's always, you know what?
Like have this app.
There is loopholes out here in the streets. If they feel, how many people are pissing in people's cups? You know what I'm saying? For healthy.
It's gonna be legal soon.
How you gonna catch me? How you know it's my pee?
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying? So there's loopholes out here in the streets, and we're gonna find out.
It's funny because it's like this lady hires this dude, and you hear the guy kind of come into the house, and he's like, okay, because this guy offers any service, whatever you need. Whatever you need to go get food, he'll go like get the food for you. You need to do this, and so the guy rolls in and he's like, okay, so what do you need me for? And she's like, I need to get steps on my Fitbit before 3:00. And the guy's like, how many steps do you need? It's like this shady deal. She's like, I need 20,000. He's like, okay, you need 20,000 steps by 3. Okay, it's this like amazing transaction going down. But I mean, how far is it that you go though? That if you're going to hire somebody to do your Fitbit steps to keep your insurance low, it's going to cost you more, than it would just for a higher insurance premium anyway. So, I get it. That's fine. Like inevitably, this one guy that's been peeing in your cup for you is not going to be ready to go when you need the show to happen. Eventually, they'll determine that you switch between type A blood and B positive blood between these two. Eventually, they'll out you. But I don't know. I'm starting to think of this. It's not a military state. There's some other kind of controlled state that people live under. But that's what it's starting to feel like. Is that when you can't even do anything anymore because all these other people are regulating you into compliance. Which I get it. Rules are rules, and they're in place for a reason. And usually I'm the first guy going, "Abe, that's wrong." To swerve around those speed bumps in the parking lot. But I'm now just starting to think that it's getting to the point where that's just ridiculous. Where
rules are meant to be broken. Rules like this are meant to be broken. You know what I'm saying? And in the system, you'll always find a
Do not tell me your insurance provider this moment. 'Cause your next words. Choose next words carefully and never ever say which insurance company you are with. And Moeo is just a code name that we use on the radio.
Yeah.
Carry on now.
My last name is actually Campbell. My last name is Campbell. You know what I'm saying?
Camel Tomo? Oh, whoa. Carry on, Abe. I'm sorry.
So, rules like this, people will always find a loophole, always find a way to break them. You know what I mean? Because who wants to pay a high insurance? You feel what I'm saying? And for what? You dig? You ain't doing nothing wrong. You're healthy. You're good and all of that stuff. But they're just requiring you to do this extra step. And nobody got time for that.
So, if you were a small business owner,
Yeah.
and your team didn't seem to be as productive as you are, would you ever resort to checking, GPS, where they are, check their phone records, what they're doing?
If they're not being as productive as I am,
That's right.
I mean, as a owner of a business, there's a reason why you are the top dog.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because you've proven yourself and you've proven to others that you are the top dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And some people are just never going to measure up to your measuring of success.
So you're okay with your employees being 6 hours of productivity rather than your 8 hours of productivity?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Everybody got a breaking point.
No, I figured that you'd be like that because I'm kind of like that as well.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just making sure that we clarify the stance here on where, we're okay with variations of the normal.
Yes.
Okay.
And
maybe that's why I kind of have a problem with the insurance companies, because it's, I get it. We want people to line up and you want to reduce the risk to your bottom line and all that, but you're in business to adapt to the variations in society. That's what insurance
How
is
much
for.
money are they making? They're making tons of money, though, right? They're making tons of money. Because then for one accident, there's 10 people out there who ain't even done
Stop
that.
calling them accidents. Every collision is avoidable. Don't get me started on this, man. They changed it in the news to call them collisions instead of accidents because somebody might have made a mistake.
Yeah.
But it was avoidable.
It was there we go.
Avoidable.
There we go.
You're following your safe distance and you're not texting.
Man, oh man, here we go. Here we go.
They are collisions. Carry on. I'm sorry. I'm derailing you all over the place.
So
I
I think that there's a lot of money to be had with these insurance companies, and they definitely can't do without all of these other things that they're doing. I mean, it's all money at the end of the day, and we gotta have compassion on people, man. You know what I'm saying? They ain't doing nothing wrong. Just give them a break.
As usual, a few bad apples ruin the whole batch, right? And that's the reason why, is because you get these kind of, can I refer to them as chronic? But you got these kind of lifelong troublemakers within the system. But then by implementing something like this, you can take care of those people, but then you now
affect a lot of people,
effect for a lot of other people, which again might benefit the insurance company, but then now all these other people are kind of, now we're into this whole other situation because these other guys took advantage of our insurance system. You know what I mean? Kind of like healthcare as well. My kid's got a cough, so I take him to the emergency room. It's, I don't know. Man. It's okay. So, and I think that's the general trend these days is, I don't think the work ethic is the same way that it used to. I don't think the way of dealing things, the world does not revolve around 8 to 4 Monday to Friday anymore. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that you as a business owner would be the kind of guy that would say, okay, listen, I noticed that Johnny over here only does 6 hours in the same amount of time that I do 8 hours worth of work. Maybe there's this 2 hour funk that Johnny just needs to, take it easy or something. Maybe he'd be better suited to start at 10 and go until 6 instead of 8 to 4 something. And I mean, that's the thing is that I think you'd be the kind of guy that would change and shift that up, or give the kid a 2 hour, downtime that he is allowed to go do whatever he wants to do.
You have to, man. Like if you're a good boss, then you gotta understand how your people function. You know what I'm saying? Some people are morning people, and once that 3 o'clock, hits, they're
Yeah,
dead. They
that's
can't
mean,
they
man.
can't think no more, right? And so you got to know how to juggle that stuff, because at the end of the day, you want productivity. And I think that as long as you are better than well, like a month ago or a year ago, then you're still winning.
Yeah.
You know, what is it that you want from your people? You know what I mean? Sit down and set up some goals that are realistic, that they can catch, because you don't want them discouraged at the end of the day. So whatever you do it realistically, so that at the end of the day, they can also pat their own back saying that I did that. You know, don't make people feel uncomfortable just because you're overproductive. You know what I mean? And they're at a certain level of their life that they feel like this is really good.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Applaud them and congratulate them and show appreciation, and they will always want to try and do
you're
they
thinking
self.
maybe the other direction here, which might be an alternative. This is very fresh right now.
Yeah.
So what about then if insurance companies stayed the same? Now it's funny because it may sound like we're on two different topics right now. We've got the insurance thing, and then we've got little Johnny and his work ethic.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
sounds like, but they are tied together, because it's, you would make compromise as a business owner. Insurance companies don't seem to make a compromise. But you just brought up a good point that, okay, so what if, Abe, then everybody else gets this insurance rate, but if you do provide your Fitbit information and you are doing the healthier things, that they give you a discount on it?
Yeah.
What if it's the other way around, where that, you know,
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the better alternative. It's
That's the
more
better
of a
alternative,
flat
yeah.
rate, and then if you want to sell me your information and prove that you're a good, upstanding individual, then I'll give you a discount.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
And that way they can still make their billions on most people.
Yeah.
Because everybody else is going to have a hard time justifying and showing that they're good.
Exactly.
people.
How many people can afford Fitbits, man? You know, that's out of like, people are living on a budget out here in the
Yeah, but
streets.
insurance can probably make it so that they can just give you one.
There we go. We can't
And I
escape
mean,
it.
$180 or something, you know. Something like that.
Yeah.
But you know what? You brought up an excellent point. Because middle class isn't very big these days. You know what I mean? It's we're getting super duper rich, or we're getting super duper poor. And you're right. I mean, we're talking that the people who require the health system the most
Yeah.
usually aren't the ones that are in the middle class.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the ones that are in the middle class are the ones abusing it. Anyways. But see, you're right. So even if we take 5%, 7%, whatever in our little city here, I mean,
Yeah.
we're still talking thousands of people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That can't afford healthcare in the first place, you know, so it's not like they're going to go get the health insurance, life insurance, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, you know, this could be one of those issues that might blow up bigger than what it should be, because the numbers won't line up.
It won't line
That's
up,
what we're
man.
talking
Many
about
people
here.
can't afford these things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, I mean, companies are money driven, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, it's the people that are supporting that and there's a certain services that we can't do without. And we have no choice but to subscribe to them. But when you think about it for the longer, bigger picture, have compassion on people, man. You know what I'm saying? Have a feeling for them, man. Walk in their shoes. And understand that some people just can't afford that. Some people just can't get off their couch. They're probably crippled. You know what I'm saying? How you expect them to do something, but they can still drive. They can still do things.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that I think what happens is that we tend to, and this is fine, everybody does this, is, you know, looking through things through your own worldview.
Yes.
Which makes total sense. Don't
Yes.
get me wrong. I'm not saying think like somebody else, because you should, you know, I get it. And this is just one industry that could do that.
Yeah.
But there's so many other ones that could do that as well. You know, imagine walking into 7-Eleven and they say, you know, are you a diabetic? Because if you
Right.
are, you can't buy anything.
Right.
You know, like, and I just find that that's a problem, where they don't tend to expand the large reaching effects of this. So this one industry does something, you know, pushes people that direction, and then either all these other industries pick up on it, or
Yeah.
nobody else does.
Yeah.
And then they're kind of like, well, we started something selfishly because we didn't think what the, you know, what the result.
They just want to have that lash out when people just come out and say, no, enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? And you don't ever want your product to get to that point where people are just
Society's starting to get there.
yeah,
We're starting to fight.
we're fighting back, and people, and these companies are feeling it in their pockets. You know what I'm saying? And it's not right, man. You dig it? It's not right when you take advantage of people that much and for so long. You dig?
Yeah, and it seems to be a problem though as well. Is that when people get in a car collision, um, their concern isn't whether or not they survived. Their concern is whether or not their insurance premium is going to go up.
Right. Yeah.
Like when did that become
Yeah.
more important than your life and safety? You see how the
Yeah.
mentality here is concerning.
It is
Is
concerning.
because we're so money driven, and a lot of people don't even realize it anymore. Everything is it's going to cost me more. It's going to be this, and don't get me wrong. I mean, I feel it just as much as everybody else.
Yeah.
But we see it. It sounded like we're harping on McDonald's in one of our past episodes as well. But I mean, that's the thing is that if I purchase that product, I'm going to be unhealthier, but it's cheaper. But it's cheaper. That's all that matters. It's a
Yeah.
money-driven situation when
Yeah.
I'm buying that. It doesn't matter if my health or safety is at risk. It's
For
cheaper.
real. For real.
And
Yeah.
like that is a crazy, crazy thing to take a look at. Where how driven we are. We've talked before about money being a motivator to go up and get better.
Uh-huh.
But look at how much it affects us down on the bottom side there too, on where I would rather choose cheap over safe.
Right. Yeah.
That's
That's big. People are choosing things that are cheaper, you know what I'm saying, and not safe.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, you could buy
Yo.
what's that website? Wish.
Wish.
And I buy a lot of stuff from there.
Wish?
I don't know if you.
What they all about?
Clearly you don't, but it'll pop up on your social. But you can buy these goods that are manufactured, like shipped straight from China, and it's a cheaper alternative
Uh-huh.
to what you can buy at the store. So I can go out and I can buy, a pair of shoes, for example, that are like manufactured straight from the factory, and they're like $10 shoes, and they look exactly like those Converse A582s or whatever. I
Uh-huh.
don't know. I don't buy Converse, but they're 1/10 the price,
Uh-huh.
and then they just ship it to your door and all that kind of stuff. But you get this for like electronics, and you buy anything on
Okay,
there for cheaper.
okay.
But that's the thing though, is that it doesn't matter if it's better, worse. Could explode and kill my children. You could buy those little 2-wheel scooters. I refuse to call them hoverboards because they don't hover.
Uh-huh.
But you could buy those for $20 compared to $80 here, kind of thing. But
Wow.
the batteries aren't as good, and they might blow up and light your house on fire.
Wow.
But it doesn't matter because it's cheaper.
Wow.
So those are things that we're seeing out here these days. Is that it doesn't matter where things are coming from and how they're doing. As long as it's cheaper and as long as it works, I'm okay with it.
Right. Right. Right.
There's just this whole movement towards that. It doesn't matter as long as it's cheap, kind of thing going on.
I feel you.
And I don't know, like that. It's a problem down in the streets. The cheaper drugs are definitely not the better drugs, right?
Very true.
I mean, not that I
Very
know,
true.
not that you know. But-
Everything's about affordability out here in the streets, man. Cause prices are going up, but I always trying to encourage people that if you can afford it, then get it. You dig what I'm saying? It lasts longer, and at least you got your warranty, and at least you know where it's coming from. That it's gonna last longer. You know what I mean? That's just the way I feel. That we gotta go to originality, to the original source.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Copycats, they're gonna come, they're gonna go, but then the original always gonna stay.
Yeah, so let's just use a brand that we've said before. So you get your diesel jeans for $160.
Yeah.
Whatever they are, or you can buy these other ones that look exactly the same for $20.
Uh-huh.
But they're gonna have some kind of defect, or maybe they don't last as long. Or
Yeah.
something. You're good for still spending the $160 on the.
I'll spend the 160 because
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. When you get the $20 jeans, sometimes they will fade real quicker than the more expensive jeans.
Because they were cheap.
I can't do that.
Okay.
Personally, I can't do that. I gotta get the original because then I know that it lasts longer. You feel me? I know that when it's in that, when it's in my closet, it's not gonna rub against my whites or it's not gonna rub against my different color jeans, and then this color, the other. So I like to
Now
right
I
there.
understand from the listeners that this sounds like a real superficial discussion, but it is important, right?
Yeah.
Because now we're talking about companies that are directly copying, knocking off, and all that from the original manufacturers.
Yeah.
Like what you're talking about. So the people who are the forefathers, the creators, and all that are now getting copied. So they're losing their money to actually continue to innovate and all that stuff. Now some of the companies are out there just to make money. That's fine, I get it.
Yeah.
But there are some that take a lot of pride in what they do,
Uh-huh.
right? And to bring this quality product, just to have somebody go and put their name and logo on this kind of thing and sell it and undercut them.
Yeah.
And I mean, it doesn't seem to me like the copyright police and all that stuff are near as active or as able to be able to knock these things down anymore. It's just manufacturing's coming in from everywhere
It
these
is,
days. You know?
and it's like I said with my boy Fabulous. I'm always imitated, but can never be duplicated, and that's the same thing. That cats will come and try to copy your style, or trying to design something like you've designed, but the original, like they say, real eyes recognize real
Yeah.
lies. You know what I'm
But that's the
saying?
problem though, is that society again is buying it though. That
Oh,
now they're
for
going in
sure,
there and
for
they're
sure.
getting it, and this is a problem, right? And I don't necessarily like to support the way that I'm about to, but maybe Trump's right for
Uh-huh.
putting tariffs and stuff on certain goods coming from other places that are just copying, American made or whatever it is. Like, and I mean that really loosely, but on the same note, I think it's really important to see on where some of these goods are coming from,
Uh-huh.
and starting to make people pay more for those things because our originals are now starting to be duplicated, and we can't do anything. We can't send our police over to a different country because we have no authority there.
Yeah.
So that's where I kind of have this problem. Like, you're gonna buy your Samsung from Samsung. You don't want to buy the knockoff, even though it
Right.
might do just as good as a job.
Right.
You have that heart for it. A lot of people don't.
That's right.
And
Because
there's
you see, because I'm a creator, you know what I'm saying?
true.
I feel how painful it is to think, to come up with things, you know what I'm saying? And for somebody to just come out and pick it up and try to copy or knock off what it is that you've done, it hurt, you know what I'm saying? So then as a creative, you try to support other creatives,
Yeah.
no matter how wealthy they are, you want to still support them. And there's a lot of startup companies in our city, in the next city, of people that are doing what they're doing, support those because they're doing original stuff. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
'Cause-
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you on that. And that's the hard thing, is because I do find myself buying things that are cheaper or not the originals or something, but just to see what it is about. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily part of my regular thing, but a good example is that my kids like them Nerf guns,
Yeah.
with the foam darts. So for me to go to Toys R Us and buy those things, I get 20 of them for $12 over at Toys R Us.
uh-huh.
I could buy 200 of them for $4 off this website,
Wow.
and they're just as good.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, because the kids are going to lose them, they're going to rip.
Of course,
How
yeah.
do I say no to that as a consumer?
Yeah.
Do I want to support Nerf? Sure, I do, but their pricing for a piece of foam has gone way out of hand. But
Yeah.
are they going to adjust based on this? I don't know. I don't know. Are they looking at it? Is it even a problem?
Uh-huh.
And see, now they're going to come after me because now I've just promoted this other product. I get it. So, but you see, there is it how as a parent or something that's trying to get these things, do you justify the cost of that?
Right.
Like, that's hard. And are we comparing the same thing? I guess clothing compared to a novelty toy. I'm not sure if we're comparing the same thing.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, you got to do what works for your pocket. As a person, as a consumer, you do what works for your pocket, and you also do the things that work out at the end of the day. Because if you feel or you know that certain things you can't afford, then no, yeah, go with the alternative or something. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to break the bank. You want your kids to have certain things as long as it's safe. You feel me? Like Nerf guns and stuff like that. Them things, they're gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying? So if it's something that's gonna be like, okay, I know electronics, I'll get nervous. You feel me? For me, I feel I get real nervous about that situation.
You want that support. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and when I can call and say, and I get a customer service rep right there, and they can fix my stuff, then I'm cool with it. You feel what I'm saying? But certain things, I think there's a standard to these things. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's the thing, is that I would never buy a Nerf replica from that website because it probably has lead paint in it. You know what I mean? Like, there's
That's
those
true,
things,
though.
but not everybody thinks of that.
That's true,
They
though.
just see this Nerf alternative. It fits in the things that we already have, and it's 1/5 the cost. Let me get that. But yeah, manufacturing over there, they don't have a standard on lead
Wow.
paint or any carcinogens or anything within their product.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think people look at that. That's right back to number one point, is doesn't matter if it's less healthy, it's cheaper. And
Straight.
and
Straight.
need to educate. I don't.
You got to be educated with whatever product that you get in. You just don't get something from the streets and think that it's going to be all right. Because cats is out here selling things that will blow up in your face or things that will cause health effects in the long run. So you have to make sure that you do your research and understand what company it is that you're buying from. What product it is. Is it going to last longer, or are you going to be spending more money in the long run?
And this is interesting here. So I'm not sure how we end up talking about this stuff so much, but I know for sure that for those people, well, maybe I don't know for sure because I'm not there. But would you go and buy weed now from one of these reputable dispensaries instead of off the street now? Especially if it's the same price.
Where I'm at right now, I would buy from a dispensary. I would buy. I would. You know what I mean? Because
it's not laced with some
absolutely, and I know where it's coming from in the sense where I see the store. You know what I'm saying? And the cats in the hood.
So what's the price difference for you? What is your point where if dispensary, if it was a buck less per, I don't even know the pricing model.
Yeah.
But at what point would it have to be that the professional stuff from the government is too expensive that you would start resorting to a street brand, or not even a street brand?
At this point in my life, I wouldn't resort to no street stuff no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I got so much to lose, that and I got so much education now that I wouldn't risk going on the street to get something from somebody. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to a company.
Okay, so this legit is a way to help stamp out some of these street drugs then.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. As much as they're making money, it's also saving a lot of lives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know this because you're closer to the street than I am.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. And you got a lot of professional cats who are smoking weed. And so when they were like, if they can have something that is certified, that's really good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting the street stuff right here. Yeah.
And that's the thing is that I do hear, man, we got this like weed episodes going on, cannabis episodes. I still don't. I've heard this argument where if it becomes so affordable that people are just gonna start smoking it, and I'm like, I'm not suddenly tempted to go out there and do this. Like,
no,
I'm not even tempted to start vaping just to get strawberry shortcake kick in the morning. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think that there's just this lot of uncertainty and doubt and fear that are promoted.
You got exactly. You got it. Like okay.
Okay, I love when you do that. I love when you lay the hammer.
I just think that every industry has, and they have something for them if they come against something. The liberals got to come against the conservatives, right? Even if there is anything that is beautiful in their whatever stuff they're talking about, they gotta nitpick something. So it is with every market out here in these streets.
Don't get me on politics.
Every market needs to pick something out of the good. You know what I'm saying? So that they can stay getting the funds. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get you, and that is the number one, and hopefully this is the only thing because you're gonna just spark a fire. But I don't like when one party or one person fights the other thing just to fight. It could be the best thing for society that we go and do something, and somebody's gonna be like, no, and do you not see the benefit? And then suddenly they get one other person, and then we're screwed.
That's right.
Because
that is right.
No, we're just gonna fight against this just because, and they'll make up a whole bunch of things, and I have a hard time with that. But I still appreciate the time where you said that the world has to have balance.
We got to.
Because if everything were perfect, there'd be a lot of things that weren't still, which is funny because it's like an awesome dichotomy within itself, is that nothing will ever be 100% perfect.
That's right.
Because if it's perfect, then something ain't, which is just weird.
Straight.
But it sounds like an amazing place to be. We got Ferrero Rocher up there. That's good stuff.
For real.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Abe,
So, I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We always say that you need negativity to get that positive. You feel what I'm saying? You need the criticism for you to get better. You know, you need the people that are a certain way for you to get business. You dig? And so
We don't know what's bad until we know what's good.
let's get it.
You
For
know?
real.
But that's the thing. I mean, I don't know what good weed is because I don't know what bad weed is. And I won't know what bad weed is until I try the good weed. Cannabis. I'm going to call it that just to upset you every time. You
Straight.
like cannabis, you mean weed. Cannabis, weed. No Abe. Me and my nice cashmere sweater here says it's cannabis because it sounds more proper. CBD and THC. Don't I sound like a pro? Abe, I love you.
I love you, homie.
Insight.
100, yo. You dig
I
it?
can't stress that enough day over day.
For real, man.
We have these discussions that sometimes I don't know, sometimes you don't know,
Straight.
but we just talk it out.
Straight.
You know, and that is an incredible and beautiful thing.
It is. And I mean, you got to have chemistry out here in the streets, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, because chemistry made meth. So you say
I told you he intellectual with it. He intellectual with it.
An intellectual drug is what you're saying. I like how you spun that. You know, chemistry makes meth, but it can also make creative minds like ours. Yeah, man, this is good stuff. This is great stuff. Let's keep the conversations going out there. Good shout out to our friends at Porch Talks yet again. We see you, you see us.
I see you, dog.
We appreciate you. Shout us out on the Instagram at Conversations with Abe.
Yeah.
A on the 2A. And then you can find both of our programs. That's Abe Maweo over there at abemaweo.com on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play.
Let's go.
And that's where you also find us being the 2A Street.
2A Street.
Not the two-way street like what we've been heard, even though that's a cool, I don't know, anagram or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Where, you know, you make one thing sound like another thing, but it's not really.
Yeah.
You know,
You see?
whatever.
This kid right here, he brainiac.
Thank you for you and what you do, Abe.
Man.
And the rest of you out there, you have a wonderful week.
Cheer.